Hello and welcome to Bowertendo's YouTube channel. This is Michael Bowerman, aka Bowertendo. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Bowertendo. You can follow me on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/Bowertendo. You can follow me on Facebook as well. Today we are going to be going through Bowertendo's steps to Splatoon to try to help any newbies to this game that may have gotten a Wii U over Christmas. Got it for Christmas, got that excellent Smash Brothers Splatoon Wii U bundle, and we're going to be going through some steps that typically have helped me. This is actually a game that I'm pretty decent at. I usually get top 3 in basically every match. Sometimes you have those off days and those off matches. That's just how it happens. But I'm going to share what I do that helps me to do well in this game and just have fun with it. This is a game that you can have tons of fun with and not win all the time. It's just very well done. It's put together very well. So, step number 1, weapon and gear choices. So you've got to choose the right weapon and you've got to choose the right gear. So you can go through all this stuff here, blah blah blah, do all that stuff. And I'm just going to use the game. So we'll start with shoes. Well, I'm not going to go through every single one because every single one of these is completely dependent on you and your style of gameplay. So, every single one of these has different, so that if you notice the lower level ones, like this $800 one or whatever coins or whatever they call them, only has 2 features on it. It's a 1-star. Now you can press the X button to switch that there, and I usually just do this anyway. So the first one that you get that's just ready for you right out the gate is bomb range up for this one specifically. And then as you play with that gear, the more you unlock points, you score, you win, you do all that stuff, most paint covered, you begin to unlock that mystery one. So for instance, the higher level ones here, the ones that cost more, this one has 4. Now, my recommendation with this, because I can't recommend a specific one for you on any of the clothing, it's the same thing with all the clothing, whether it's shirt, shoes, pants, helmet, whatever it is. Or I guess it's just basically shoes, clothing, and headgear. You'll see the same here with all of it, is to choose based off of that initial one that's open, because you're going to like that one. Now, for instance, for me, I like to use weapons that have high fire rates. Typically with high fire rates, you don't have a whole lot of damage. So, getting something like this right here, where initially it's already a damage up, that will be huge for me, because now I get the benefit of the fire rate and I get a little bit more damage than I normally would. So this piece of clothing would go very well with my play style of weapon. And you have to figure out what is your best method. And the way you do that is try everything. And then once you find something that works, start going along those lines and keep honing it down. So that is step 1. Find your weapon and gear. So I'm going to switch. All right. Before we begin this match, step number 2 is don't OCD. What I mean by that is don't just flip out and cover every little amount of ground that you can, every little nook and cranny. Go big. Just start spraying everywhere. Because what you want to do right out the gate is get that special weapon right out the gate, because it's really easy when you first, respawn, or in this case, spawn. So, go through. I'm going to use a bunch of my ink, and now I've got this. Now, when you use your special, it redoes your ink. So I'm going to use up my ink all the way, and use my special, so that I don't have to. Oh, dang it! But I got that ink strike, so now I didn't have to reload my weaponry there. I didn't have to get more ink by jumping into the ink like that and becoming a squid. I just used my special and instantly replenished it. Now, if there wasn't somebody there, it would have been just basically a reset. So that's what you want to do. Do not OCD, and even all throughout the match, do not do it. You see all that pink that I'm leaving there? That's fine. It's not going anywhere. You can come back to it later. You want to come back to it? Essentially the last, like 15, 20 seconds of the game. especially if you use clothing. There is clothing that gives you the benefit of the last like 30 seconds of a match. You get better refill, your ink refill and things like that. So, oh, dang, I almost got you. Man, I'm getting splatted like crazy. So, that actually brings me to step number 3. So, step number 3 is splat accordingly. Splatting people in this game, you got to get out of the mindset of Call of Duty, Battlefield, the typical shooter. Splatting does not offer you points. What it does offer you, however, is tactical advantage. So look at the top there. Now it's, 1 against 1, but before, just for a second there, it was 3 of our players against 1 of their players. Now, when their players are out and respawning and taking time, that's less time that they get for splatting the map and covering and getting points and all that stuff. And that is more time for your team to cover as much ground as they can. When you cover more ground, then they have to be walking around in your paint, which means, or covering it, which means that they move slower as opposed to going into squid form and just shooting all around. So I can do this, go way faster. So we're covering more ground, and it sets them back. I'm going to cover a couple more here, and let's see if we won. It looks like we won. Oh yeah, dominant. Now let's see where I placed in this whole thing. I am M. Bowerman right there. And look at that. Best of the best. Now look at my splats and getting splatted there. I only splatted 3 people and got killed 5 times. Yet I still was top dog. That's the beauty of this game, is that it's not based on shooting other people and splatting them. It's about paint coverage. So this goes back to the weapon and gear stuff. Choose accordingly. How your mind works, how your gameplay works. Cater to you. Then jump in, don't be OCD, and splat accordingly. All right, battle time. So step 1, weapons and gear choice. Step 2, don't OCD. Step 3, splat accordingly. Step 4 is going to be a thing that I call the jump splat. I learned this actually playing against gamers over in Japan, because I'm on the West Coast, and whenever I play, it seems like all my friends are on the East Coast, so they're already asleep because I play it really late at night. And I play against a lot of people over in the Japan area, in that area, that time zone. So I learned this technique from them, people. So here's somebody here. So, it's coming at me. Gotta jump. Well, roller's a little bit different, but like you've seen earlier in previous footage, that I jumped over people as they went through me, and they thought, oh yeah, he's done. And that's how it's an evasion tool is what it is. All right, so step 1, weapons and gear choice. Step 2, don't OCD. Step 3, splat accordingly. Step 4, do that jump splat. Jump shoot, jump shoot, jump shoot when you can't avoid a battle. Step 5, which you probably won't see in this, but this is just like a little bit of a pet peeve of mine as well. You can jump to people. So for instance, if I just hang out right here and wait, you can look down at your gamepad, touch it, and you squid jump to somebody, just like you can squid jump back to the thing. Now when you do that, there's a little circle showing, unless you have gear that makes you invisible to it, little circle showing that somebody's about to jump there. The other team can see that as well. So when they do that, when they jump to, like when your team jumps to you, I didn't jump, and I got splatted. When your team jumps to you, like it looks like that, stay there, protect them, because if you leave, that leaves them open. They can't do anything until just right before. That leaves them open to the enemy. So you can lose somebody to a splat there, which doesn't benefit your team, because somebody got splatted, so that's one less person that's covering, ink all over the place for your team. All right, so now that we've gone through steps 1 through 5, I want to go over a couple goals, and then I'm just going to play through some stuff here so that way you can see what I'm doing and what we just went over and put into action here. So goal number 1, cover, don't splat. Remember that. If you have to choose between the two, always cover. If running away from a confrontation will get you more points and make it harder for the other team to navigate, go for that. Splatting does not offer anything but a little bit of a tactical advantage. That is it. So unless you're faced with it like this, I'm gonna. Oh, that was interesting. I think we got a little bit of lag there. You know, I was faced with it. Somebody else was covering, so I decided to go for it. Do not go for the splat over covering more ground. Always cover more ground. Covering more ground gets you more ink, specials. So for me, the ink strike, and makes it harder for the other team to navigate. So that cover massive stuff there, and look at how many points I'm about to get. I'm at 276, and just like that, just gained 100 just in the matter of a couple seconds there, just like that. So now this person was attacking us. So of course, we want to splat them. See how long it kept me alive there? He should have killed me twice, but because I was jump splatting, I was able to take him out with me. Now, goal number 1, cover, don't splat. Oh man, let's do this. Alright. Goal number 2, which I'm sure we'll get to at one of these matches here, is if you're going to lose, if you know you're going to lose, this is just a little side thing. It's a personal thing that I always tell myself, like a mantra. If I'm going to lose, and if I know it, I start chanting, best of the worst, best of the worst. Your goal is to be the best of the worst, because at least you have that, right? All right, so right in the middle of the map here, I'm going to lay my sub-weapon, the ink mine. So that way when they're running across there, let's see if we can splat somebody, because they're going to be focused on covering. Now see that right there where they just jumped in? I wanted to make sure that they were protected, because that would leave them open to the enemy to come in, and you can literally sit there and wait for them to land, and you can already be shooting, and they will have no chance whatsoever. So be considerate of your teammates. Trust me, it'll help you in the long run as well. All right, well, I'm going to cheese it. I can't get up there, so I'm just going to do this. Oh, somebody covered it right as I did. That was a wasted ink strike. Well, now I'm getting to be OCD just because my team is just killing it. Jump splat, baby. All right, we destroyed them. Pretty sure we won, so instead of best of the worst, I'm going to hopefully be best of the best here. That was a pretty dominant win there. Best of the best, baby. Oh, but they also had 2 people that dropped there. So we can't. That's a tainted win. That's what that is. All right, let's do this thing again. That person's name is just Dad. I love it. All right. Let's do this thing, yeah? Okay, here we go. All right, don't be OCD. Cover as much as you can. I liked my weapon and my gear. I'm about to max out my gear as well, so I might try some new stuff just to, be different. All right, hurry and get that ink stripe. And, oh, I didn't jump splat, and I got owned. See those people jumping in there? He's protecting them. So now that nobody's here, and they're all out there, let's do this. And let's jump in. Now see? He's protecting. He stayed right there. And then he's going to move with me, right? This also provides a tactical advantage as well, because now there are 2 people against, well, potentially 1, but now you've got your team working together, right? If there's 3 people against 1, I'm willing to bet that the 1 person is not going to win that battle. Whenever you see open paint like that, splat everywhere, because there's a good chance somebody's in there hiding. Okay, we're going to cover that there. Now see that right there? I'm going to protect him. Now Sean is with me because he saw that I was way over here. And we're going to take that out. And look at that. Oh, jump splat. And it worked. And that teammate, see, because I protected him and he came in there. Look at that. A roller versus a roller, plus I was jump splatting. That was a win-win for, well, not for everybody. That other poor guy or gal was splatted because of my tactics. And because Sean did an excellent job there helping me out. Again, instead of wasting and just continuously refilling there, I'm just going to use my ink strike. And voila, look at that. I got a full tank again of ink without having to wait. And something else I just like to do too is just periodically, good job. Just periodically, just jump into the paint. Just to, like when nobody's around, I'm doing a good amount of coverage. So you'll see me shoot, go down, shoot, oh, protect. See? We chase that person off. That would have been bad. Oh, dang it. Creeper Max, you creeped up on me. Good job. Alright, so now I'm going to jump in and hopefully my teammate protects me. Oh, he totally is. Good job. Oh, now see, he killed me, but look. So in that case, it worked out for us, it worked out more for him. He brought me in, and I was the test dummy, essentially. I took the hit, drew the guy out, and so he was able to take him out, and so now that was less blue covered on our end. Look at that. Jump splatting, or protecting your jumpers is key. All right, last minutes. Or last seconds, not minutes. I think we won that one. Oh yeah, dominant again. All right, let's see. Best of the best. Again. And it's all due to the paint coverage, right? I'm covering a lot of paint, or I'm covering a lot of ground, which helps to propel my team to win. So you got to get it out of your mind to just instantly splat people. Oh, look at that. I got some. Now I've maxed out my weapons and my gear. Now, like I said earlier, your weapons and your gear work in tandem. So if you have, like, for instance, for me, I've got that high fire rate but low damage. So I select stuff that, number one, for instance, having less ink usage, right? Because if you have a high fire rate, you're going to use up ink more than you would something else. So it uses up the ink quicker, so I want to have, I want to reduce that. So I have gear that does that, and then I want to have gear that, potentially puts my damage up. So that way I can become the ultimate squidling. All right, let's do this thing here. Or inkling, sorry, not squidling. What's wrong with me? Gotta get my Nintendo terminology here, my Splatoon terminology needs to be correct. Okay, don't be OCD. Look at that, I already got my ink. I'm gonna put it there because I thought I saw somebody going that way. See if I can splat somebody in the off chance. So they're gonna go that way, I'm gonna go this way. Work together. All right, good teamwork. They're all over there. Ah, dang it. They were closer than I thought. That was just me being a doofus. Good job, Roller Man. Alright. This looks pretty well done over here. And just play these maps over and over. Get to know them. So like this one, you can hang out up here and do that. But you can also, it leaves you very vulnerable. You can get splatted quite quickly there. Alright. Oh, I thought he was on the other end. Good job. Fight it, man. If you can come across a good... I've tried to be a sniper, but if you can come across a good sniper, they are the worst. You get out of here. Don't come into our territory with your light-colored ink. Purple is where it's at, baby. Whoop! Woo! Oh, that doesn't cover that right there. Here. Remember, don't be OCD. Always kind of aim out in the horizon. There. And I weakened him with my ink mine. Uh-oh, 1 minute left. So really quick, we'll do this here. Since they've got a little bit of green on our end, we don't want that, right? Jump splat. Jump splat. Oh, come on now, guys. We missed this area right here. But we don't have to be OCD about it, just a good coverage. Now, I'm going to save that ink strike. Actually, no, I'm not. Now, just a little side tactic with the ink strike is that if you can get an ink strike within the last 10 seconds, that's great. So what I'm going to try to do is kind of go in here and, you know, if I get killed, awesome. If I don't, then cool. So I got that ink strike again. Check it out. Boom. Last second, nobody can do anything about it. So in the middle there, you'll see it's all purple. I just helped with that. Bam. Another dominant win. And best of the best. All right, and with that, now hopefully go put those into practice, and hopefully it'll help your Splatoon game, and just keep at it. Keep working up, get up in those levels, and, you know, get the weapons, the higher weapons that suit you. And I hope that this has helped you. This is just my way of doing things, and, you know, it seemed to work out for me well so far. I mean, you can see on the top right-ish kind of there that I am so hot because of the winning there. So anyway, my name's Michael Bowerman at Bowertendo. Thanks for watching, and hopefully this has helped you out.